His job was not to guard Terrence Mann. That was not his job.
But the only reason
some type of
is when
change.
you as elite of a defender, one of the greatest in this generation, once Terrence Mann get 27, you got to say, all right, that's enough.
No, that's what Quinn Snyder's got
I'm
to
not
say.
helping
that.
no more.
That's
It
what
do
Quinn
be
Snyder
like
has
This
to
is
do.
the same
'Cause, bro,
conversation we
when
had in Pro-Am.
When it be Pro-Am and a weak person be in that corner, what do we say after they hit the third or fourth three?
All right,
Just
now-
guard them.
yeah,
Just
now
guard
we
them at
getting
this
on
point.
here.
No more
It's
help.
everything that happened in the first few days, and I gave them 100 bars. When that first game against the Cleveland Cavaliers was like
bad.
the worst game I've seen in a very long time, and I cannot understand what they were doing defensively. You know how we play 2K? We'll play my team or we'll play against each other. You manipulate the CPU. I'm going to drive because I know his CPU is going to collapse and I can kick it out. That's what the Cavaliers did to them. Very elementary, where we're driving the basketball and we're only doing it to kick out to three. And the Raptors kept saying, let's overhelp.
The Minnesota Timberwolves just got a wide open look in the third quarter, and they show the replay, and it's like Brad and Devin looking at each other like.
One of y'all said in the Discord, it really did seem like and I know we do this a lot, but like, you know, in the 2K or run where when it rains and pours, it
Yes.
just seemed like that. Minnesota would just had their team take over.
If Mitchell Robinson is splitting a free throw, that's kind of a good possession because a lot of possessions are not ending in 1 point per.
Yeah.
He don't be splitting though. He don't always be splitting. Like he's very erratic. Like he'll go up there and miss two, he'll split, or sometimes he make both. And it's like I don't think he made both this series, but I've seen games. It's like Mitchell Robinson just made both free throws. He airballed in this game.
I
That's the
understand
only
that.
free throw. Yeah.
I understand the hack and shack. It's Boston doing the hack and shack, which blows my mind. Because this team does not need to do that.
I
They,
agree.
just,
I
they
think-
just simply don't.
Also-
they just down bad.
You know what?
right now.
You know what somebody said in my comments after game. I talked about it in game one. I was like, I don't know if I was being a salty Knicks fan because we was losing at the time, or if I was legitimately being a basketball viewer who was like, we get to this point of the season with this good matchup, and this team is so great, and this is the bullshit that y'all got me watching. And somebody in the comments was like, nah, P, like, yeah, they crazy. That's why they lost. They sweaty. And I'm like, that's exactly what it reminded me of. It reminded me of playing 2K
Bro,
on like
everything
my
I'm
team,
saying.
and somebody's just, they already whooping your ass. They already got a better
That
team.
remind me of them runs where they just leaking out. We down 20, they
Yeah,
just
I'm like,
leaking
and
out.
you just,
It's just like, why?
you just,
Sit your ass down because you're
Right.
not doing this for us. Or like he thought that, going small and Alex Caruso can maybe muck some stuff up, send him a different look. Man, they look small as hell in that overtime, man.
Yeah.
it's so funny because like I've been on here saying, and I always catch myself because what I'm not trying to say is that the regular season doesn't mean anything, but I continue to tell people people use too much of it to try to dictate what's going to happen here. That's why I was like, man, yeah, the Knicks didn't win a game against any of the top seeds. They didn't.
P,
But it's the
You know
playoffs
I got to
now.
bring up the comparison. It's a 2K comparison. It's like rec, bro. When people talking
That's the
about,
third
man, I'm
time
driving
this episode,
30
by
in
the way.
rec, came back. So now it's something
I
else.
disagree. Do you not remember game 2? They had to come and steal that from the Cavs. The Cavs handled their ass in game 2 as well. Like some 2K shit happened for them to win that.
Number 4.
You know what I'm saying? The missed free throw.
That don't count, though.
Getting a
That don't
rebound,
count.
Okay.
That don't count.
Getting a rebound.
Like really, really look at it. He's sitting at the hash. His ass is still getting face guarded as if he
Yeah.
get hit from that spot, which he can. So it really is like, okay, we trust Jalen, we trust Dyson to create for themselves, the others, and now 4-on-4 just makes a lot of sense.
So we should do that in Pro-Am.
No. Nobody's guarding pro-am players from the hash like that.
Shit, I get face guarded.
I ain't even thought about
Oh yeah,
pro-am. in a
instead of,
while.
it's not the face guard that have court. It's the we gonna press you with the two players the whole
Yes.
94 feet the
Yeah,
whole
so
game.
y'all could then. Now that's crazy because then y'all can play 4-on-3. But I have teammates that still try to dribble it up. There was one that was ingrained in my brain, transition, where it was like 3-on-2, and Rui Hachimura is running, and Nikhil or whoever, they hit Mike Conley in the corner. Why the fuck would Rui Hachimura run down and go to the paint on some 2K shit, on the bot shit? Go to the fucking corner to not give up a corner 3 in transition when you got your teammate already right there.
Yeah, that's why I say it's
Chad and Ihart left.
Ihart
with,
Got injured, right? Hit in the face or something.
Yeah, he was
bleeding or something.
Down the stretch, they put Jaden McDaniels and Nikhil Alexander Walker were
Like a little
shaded.
zone?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
had a zone behind them, and they were doing the sides, almost like 2K on Shea. And Shea was giving the ball up.
Give a damn if he's shooting or not.
Yeah.
Chat was a great 3-point shooter. Lou Dort shot 40% from 3. The OKC Thunder, this is a real stat, were the best jump shooting team in the history of basketball in the regular season.
Me and Mike should be coaches.
Why is that?
This is exactly what we telling our teammates in Pro-Am. Y'all finna sit up there and lose to one player. Just do this.
Got a dude that's 0 for 7 just on the side. He just chilling.
Heavy gap, man.
Yeah.
The thing about the Spurs also, though, is also an interesting conversation because we're going to have to think about the next chapter of Kawhi. And because I'm doing the Clippers rebuild on 2K, I've had to do that.
Game
cut for
2.
Jared
You got
Butler?
game.
Bro, I told y'all yesterday, in my series, I had to cut Johnny Davis for the Wizards. Just for them to give them roster room. But
Is Şengün the one? Would y'all have given Şengün the money?
because I was playing 2K, I keep saying they both popped up for the Rockets, and I like manually did all 30 teams, so nobody let a star player go. And I was having the same conversation with myself, Derek, because I'm like, they're not going to keep him for $40 million. He's not going to be a long term unless they win a championship like they did at my 2K thing.
I was
They
just
be
thinking about
hooping
like
today,
the,
bro.
With
They
Julius
really do.
Randle, they won a championship.
I've been thinking about the backlash.
Well,
Yes, he does.
Vooch is a good rebounder, but other than that, you're like, nah.
Kind of excited for Vucevic's season
Why so?
because I'm a Bulls fan and I have to be excited about something.
I fake was too because I played with them in 2K like for a game.
Like this is like your 12th time this episode.
and it was fun. But when I seen him give up that dunk, he pissed me off.
Yeah.
Like them twos, they don't add up as
But
quick.
it's crazy OKC wasn't getting a high volume of threes. They was just shooting twos.
I'm gonna bring it up again. My philosophy on 2K, Mike. When we going against a Pro-Am team, hey man, stop helping off the corner to eliminate a layup when we're giving up a 3. Let them have a 2.
surprised how quick that lead get to 20 when you giving up 3
Yes.
versus a 2.
There's definitely a Clips video in this episode with you mentioning 2K. Clips, get on it. That's got to be number 7 realistically.
But I'm only saying something about it like for 3 seconds.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So his video gonna be what 55? It's gonna be a reel.
It's gonna be a compilation of you saying
Or maybe he do it like a whole month's worth. Because you probably bring up 2K maybe once or twice a podcast.
you're right.
Yeah, because we do the Pro-Am. So
Yeah.
you're right. He could probably finesse a 11-minute.
And 20-point leads really ain't nothing in today's
But
game.
29-point leads usually is.
But if you cut that 20 points down, it's only about 9 points. And they had a lot they had a lot of time.
No
left.
shit, huh? You take 20 and you minus it.
Hey,
from
one step at
29
a
to
time, and
9.
you can't get it all back in one shot. And they had enough time to get it back, and they got
I'm
it back.
not trying
and
to hear that shit. Like I told you, if me and you was on rec with a 5, and you had to run to the store during that game, and you left me and the 5, which is now 4 because you're leaving. You left me and the other 4, or the other 3 because me and 3 is 4. If you left me and the other 3 with a 29-point lead, close to half.
We did that yesterday. We had was up 30. I was like, P, I'm finna go do something. We ain't lose the lead.
Boom.
But no, I ain't saying it was an excuse for them.
If you would have came back and we would have lost the game, you'd have been like, boy, y'all ass crazy.
Now go and defend. He can now run on the break. He can now leak out and none doesn't have to crash.
I don't think
has
he
so
gets
much
taxed too
stuff he
much
can do.
defensively either. Because it's so much like we all know what we need to be. So Dorian
Mm-hmm.
Finney-Smith could be in this gap, and I could feel comfortable. I'll see LeBron move a guy up, like go, and I'll just fall back and direct. That's all. Like that's the perfect situation to be in defensively.
We be talking. I'm not even gonna mention.
I know 2K. That's the way you want to
That's
be on the
how you
guard.
put that clip in there, that college team or whatever, and they was literally
St.
just doing
John's. Yeah.
it out there with Jokic, Luka, and LeBron all playing.
And this is the thing. People keep talking about the small ball lineup. It's a small ball in the literal sense,
But
but
they're
everybody's 6'6" or taller
Yeah.
on the court. So, like, they don't have a center. That's what they mean by small
And
ball.
Luke and LeBron, they both are great rebounders. So like you always have a plus rebound on the court
We
too.
figuring out our game plan for 2K. But I also like 2 computers.
You can have every 3 you possibly want.
Yes.
Shay,
The
you
way
finna
that the
see
Lakers
folk
play
bodies?
defense is perfect for that OKC, and I that's all I've been wanting to see. That's what the Timberwolves did too. Hey, we're gonna play sides like it's NBA 2K. Jaden McDaniels on the left, Nikhil on the right, and if he throw it to Lou Dort or Casey Wallace, have at it.
That's when controlling the game is like a different level that some star players gotta get to, where you gotta even like the big fella. When you see your big fella bust his ass, I even do it in I even think it's important in Pro-Am. You got somebody busting his ass. He run up and down that floor. You gotta give him one.
Oh yeah.
You gotta give him one.
And that's why he seen the thing with Nick Young. They was asking Nick Young, like, was he calling you Sharman Shoff? And he was like, no, he must have been talking to them other guys. He wasn't talking to me.
I feel like playing with Kobe takes a certain mindset. Hearing him talk to Jeremy Lin like that made me think he's probably talking to everybody like that. And like you got to be cut from a certain cloth to be able to take that.
Are you cut from the cloth to be able to take that?
I'll probably just take it. I probably would. There wouldn't be.
No, he's not.
I would probably
Absolutely.
Because it's not even just the work. Kobe wanted you to have his work ethic, and everybody can't do that. The reason why Shaq and Kobe didn't win 100 rings is because he was pissed off at Shaquille O'Neal for coming into the season out of shape, not practicing as hard. The reality is not many people in the world cared about their craft more than Kobe Bryant. He expected that of people. And you don't care about your craft as much as Kobe cared about his.
Yeah, but I think when you're talking about being in the NBA, I probably would have been able to take it. I probably wouldn't dish it out to him.
You would not have been able to take it.
Yeah.
We've
It
literally
would have been
sat
a
on this.
fist fight on that.
We've literally sat on his couch, or on his podcast, and said, "You are the 2K expression of pat my back," and Kobe wasn't gonna pat your back.
I think I could take both types of criticism.
We've seen you at the gym when we on teams and we get on your ass and you fold.
But that's
Like-
at the gym. That's not in a competitive setting.
That's
exactly what a competitive
that's
setting
as-
is.
That's the most competitive we're gonna have.
Yeah.
We're never gonna be in college and hooping or in the NBA.
That's super competitive. That's why we
But
got on your ass.
Because I feel like I've taken it in like certain instances where like I'm playing real basketball from coaches. Coaches have told me I'm being soft as fuck and I need to like I've taken that type of stuff before. Like it's not
Yeah,
new to me.
like I agree with KB. The most competitive we're gonna get at this age and this point of our life was those gym runs.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why everybody in there is competing except you, and we're looking at you like, what are you doing?
And in Game 7, Dante DiVincenzo's still on the team, so it's kind of skewed. He had 29 in it.
Oh, we needed
damn.
him.
Y'all do need him. So Minnesota
When I
might
get
be
home,
champions.
I might try to look into a cat build.
Yeah,
'Cause
because
I see we gonna-
our center
yeah,
bill was
offensive, we gonna-
bad.
I do want to say I wasn't center yesterday, so what they about to
Our
say has
center
nothing to do
bill
with me.
was bad.
We
but
had, before we get into this other stuff, we had the worst pro-am performance I've ever seen. Not only was our center looking like a T-Rex, it's a 7'3" center with a 6'7" wingspan. I'm exaggerating, but
he was 7'3" minimum wingspan because he wanted to be able to shoot.
and went for every block, knowing he had no wingspan and talking about, I don't know why, I just can't get no block. The other center had 26 and 26.
Yep.
And he wasn't good. He
was
wasn't,
not
he wasn't like
good
he
at
was
all.
a good center coming
He
in
was
after
just
20
dunking
and
on
20.
somebody that didn't have a wingspan. And then on top of that, our center was a stretch who decided to try momentum shooting in a pro-am game that we take serious. If I would have knew that, I would have just said rec from the beginning. But
For real, I'm kind of mad we lost that game
me too.
because like I really wanted to take our record serious because I wanted to get to
I
platinum
really
and
take it
everything
serious.
like that.
I was
yeah.
trying to be calm as the game started.
Before we started up, he said, "John, I hope you know we playing." He said, "If we gonna play pro am, don't bring in no bullshit." He
Yeah.
said, "No, I got you."